Hey traders, John Howell here. Today we're going to be looking at obviously the markets today. The stock market may be getting ready for some form of a little bit of a pullback. I'm going to share with you what I'm actually sharing with some of the indices right now. And some stocks right now are actually looking to absolutely get hammered right now. There's some really bearish setups. I'm going to share that with you as well too. Mining sector is actually getting a bit of a pullback. What does that actually mean for us moving forward with the mining sector? And then also the gold market as well too. What's happening with the gold market there? We're getting a bit of gold and silver, getting a bit of a pullback across that board. What does that actually really mean? And then also I'm going to be sharing with you guys some really things that are really helped me with my own personal trading that I believe is going to help you. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, two quick announcements. Firstly, see that trading course on the screen there right now. If you are struggling with your trading right now, you need some help maybe with your mindset or the trading system and so on and so forth. Very first thing in the description, go click on that. You're gonna get free access to the trading course. The very first video you're going to get from that, for the very first thing in the description there, is the actual. It's a video that walks you through all the details to my #1 trading system that I trade every single day, which is so important because if you don't have a trading system, what are you actually trading, right? You're just gambling and you're not being a professional. You want to be a professional? You actually want to make good money? Well, you got to start to act like a professional, and that is having a system that you trade every single day and not just getting in because you think it's a good idea, but because you have a system and approach. The second announcement, guys, is that I'm opening up a few spots. If you want to get private coaching from me and actually log into a room and trade with and see what I'm actually doing every single day live in the market every day, then you can actually log into a room every single day and actually watch what I'm actually doing live every day in the markets for myself. The second link in the description there, guys, click on that. You can go fill out an application form and then I'll personally call you to see if we're a good fit for that from there. So let's get into the good old stock market now. Let's start off with the S&P 500. Now, the big thing about the markets that I'm seeing here right now is looking at the S&P 500, we're starting to see a movement up from here, okay? Now, if I let's bring on some major trend lines here. So we had a little bit of a move to the upside from here, all right? And we are breaking out. So right now, as we speak, the movement is up, all right? The breakout is to the upside. So we could actually see a little bit more movement to the upside from here. We do actually have, see, that's where it's actually quite interesting because we actually do have sort of a level, an area through there somewhere, right there somewhere, possibly there, maybe even up a bit more. So, but the whole thing about this here is that we do have that little bit of resistance here. So the really interesting thing is that the S&P 500 could still start to see a bit more of a movement to the upside as we're breaking out of this level through here. So we're starting to get, as you can see, right, we're starting to get this really nice sort of uptrend from here, right? We've got this beautiful low, got this beautiful higher low from here. So the S&P 500, beautiful sideways movement, nice little breakout, and we're starting to get this movement to the upside. So I would be too surprised to see this S&P 500 continuing up from here as it makes its way back up to sort of that 43,000. Now, guys, as you can see, right, it's just broken out of this level here. Now, what would be the caveat to say this is not going to do that? It's not going to 4,300. What would be the caveat for me? The big thing that I'll be watching out for is this, is if the market does turn and we go through here and we start to get a break below there. If we do get something like that, this is going to be some sort of a false breakout and then we're probably going to get down through there. But some people right now are calling this a head fake already in the markets when the market hasn't confirmed that. A big mistake that I used to make is I used to call something without the market actually telling me it was that. Big mistake, right? A real big mistake. Now, what I mean by that is this, is that people are saying, oh, well, this is going to be a head fake, a fake out, a fake breakout, a false breakout before it actually reverses. That's what some people are calling it right now. Is this a false breakout before we get a complete dump in the markets? And so that's what some people are calling it right now. Now, you may be right, but let the market tell you that, not you just think it, right? And once again, if we're looking at this from a real short-term perspective, that area for me personally would be, as you can see, right, that area for me would be, and I'm just visually drawing this trend line here. Let's actually bring this up to the last, say, 3 months worth of data now. So I'm going to the very short term. We don't need that trend line here. The absolute short-term analysis is this one right here. Let's make this a bit thicker right now, right? So real thick. So the thing for me, okay, guys, if this is going to be some sort of fake out and we are not going to rise, this here would have to pause right now. It would have to pause and we'd have to start to get something like this, a rake there and something like that, okay? That's when the market would say, okay, now, yes, this here is what? A head fake or a false breakout before we get a dump. Is this a false breakout? Is this a false breakout before we actually get something like this in the markets? Now that's possible, right? And this is the big thing about trading, right? We need to be alert for both sides, but we want to be alert to both sides, but we never want to make an opinion without the market saying this is what it's likely to be. What is the market telling us right now as we speak on the S&P 500? It's just done what? We've just gone up. Let's go to 6 months worth of data. We've just gone up, sideways, and we've just started to slightly now break out to the upside. So without us adding any judgment or anything, we've just now made a significant high low and we're breaking up. So right now as we speak, if you're saying this is a head fake, that's your opinion and that's your judgment, and we can't allow that, we can't impact onto the markets because, as you know, most of your opinions and most of your judgments is wrong. And therefore, right now, the market is saying we're breaking up, therefore we're likely to continue up now to that 4,300 level, which is that next major level of resistance all through there. Makes sense, guys? So just be careful. You can have your opinions, but don't trade based off your opinions in markets. Have your opinion, but then when the market starts to confirm that, i.e., if we do, I'm not saying we are, if we do get something like this, then yes, this is a false breakout before we get a dump. Okay, because that's what some people are saying right now. But right now, as we speak, traders, the market is moving up, so therefore it's not a fake out yet. Okay, and we must go with what the market's telling us right now, which is we're probably likely to see now. We're just getting a breakout, and now we're likely to see a move up. Right? This is the exact same thing that happened with Google as well too. Right? I saw a lot of people talk about this. Look at the same thing with Google, the exact same thing. What ended up happening? Right? Look what happened back here, and I'll bring this back here. Right? I'll bring this back here. Right there. Look what happened there, right? So what did we get? We actually started to get what? We started to get a really big, strong breakout. As you can see, make this line real thick. Extend it through, right? Right, so we started to get what? We started to get a real big, strong breakout. Let's bring this back to here for a minute. So we got this real nice, big, strong breakout from here on Google, and we broke above. See how this is pretty much the exact same pattern that we're getting right now? And then look what happened with Google, right? Google has done what? Google's done nothing but have a nice move back to the upside after doing what? See how this is pretty much the exact same pattern as the S&P 500, right? Google has actually had a move up. Now, where did Google actually stop? Google actually stopped where? Right at that level of, it's actually had a little bit more movement to the upside, so it's actually stopped there. All right, so we've had a lot of areas of support and resistance through there. That's so you can see where Google's actually moved through there. Google's had a very big move up. Now, when we're talking about Google, what is now Google? What are we expecting now with Google? We're expecting what? We're expecting now a possible pullback, right? Now wasn't supposed to be analysis on Google, but I'm trying to share with you that this is what happens, right? We have a move up, move down, move up. We're probably likely to get a bit of a pullback with Google, and then probably see a bit of a breakout from here, right? So Google is now in an upward trend, right? Google's not going to crash. So when we go to the S&P 500 again, look what's happening through here. Right, what are we getting? We're still getting what? We're still getting this breakout, and we still could see a movement to the upside on the S&P 500. So moving over now through to the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq is actually pretty close to. We'd have the Nasdaq could actually have a bit more of a movement to the upside as well too, right? We have this whole area through here, roughly around that area through there, I would say. So again, so the Nasdaq could actually have a bit more of a movement to the upside coming, but I wouldn't be too surprised to actually see a bit of a pullback coming real soon out of this market through here. So if we have a look at the absolute short-term analysis, real short, we have this trend line coming through here. we do actually have the absolute rules short-term analysis. So this is that support line through there. There's actually possibly a bit of a short-term analysis coming on through here somewhere. All right, so we're possibly just drawing it from there to there. Now, let's actually see. I'm just doing this actually analysis live on the spot, as you can see, guys. So I'm just looking at where is that rule trend line from there to there. So it's that one there, or is it more through there? I'd have to say that that's probably the line I'd use through there, right? I'll probably use that line through there, right? Because as you can look at, actually happened here, right? Squeezing up, and then a breakout. Now we're actually moving to the upside. So trying to short this market right now would be very, very, very dangerous. And I know a lot of people are still short, or they're shorting the market right now. It's like traders, you're still not learning the lessons from videos that I've done in the past, and that is the market's making these higher lows, right? Look at these beautiful higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. If we do get a little bit of a pullback, it could be one day before we actually see that again, and away we go, right? So do not be fighting this market when it comes to the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. Let's look at the Dow Jones. Now the Dow Jones, again, really, really, really interesting here on the Dow Jones. We are getting, there is a bit of a trend line coming down through to here, right? So this is that's more like the trend line that I'd have to use on there. Let's actually make that real thick from there. Right, we do actually have a bit of analysis coming on, a bit of a trend line coming on through there. Like this is a huge. Look at this here, beautiful. Look how big that is, right? And extend it to the right. So the Dow Jones, look at this here. The Dow Jones is ready to start to make some serious moves. So we're getting this slight up move and then a pullback through here. So the Dow Jones could be getting ready to take on some serious price action to the upside. If we do start to get a break above here, then that'll be okay. We're getting ready to go again, right? And especially if we look at this actually from a short-term perspective, we can see how this is more like a bit of a flag formation here, right? So let's actually just make that. We'll make that pink, right? Let's make that pink from there. And we can actually see how that's actually a bit of a flag formation within this overall big long-term sort of resistance line coming down through there. So once we actually break above this, or once we break above 34,000, then we should be seeing a rally to new highs out of the Dow Jones from there. And so traders, the big thing about with your trading, right, is for me personally, I'm always when I'm looking at my trading and I'm actually trading these markets, I'm not trading based off I've just done my analysis from here, right? I look at the Nasdaq, I look at the Dow Jones, look at the S&P 500, right? I've done all my analysis from here. But I'm not going to trade based off what I just told you from there. What do I trade off? I trade off based off rules, right? I trade off based off setups that a pattern that I trade. What I'm doing right now is okay, here's what the market's telling me right now, and it's a market update. It's not what I trade, right? If you are trading based off this update right now, then don't, right? Don't, because you're being very unprofessional, right? Because you're just looking for the next idea to go long or short these markets, right? Instead of saying, here's the pattern that I trade every day. So today when I trade the markets, guess what, traders? I'm looking for the same pattern that I looked for yesterday. Tomorrow when I come and trade the markets, I'm looking for the same pattern, so on and so forth. When I trade the actual stock market, all I do is I have my pattern and then I have my scans, which is down the bottom here, right? I have these scans here. And as you can see, what my scans do is they scan basically these scans here, bring back this one right here. As you can see, we've got this one right here, this one right here, this one right here, and this one right here. And then this is just more of a generic scan that I run. But these scans here, guess what? They're scanning literally the top 1,000 stocks to bring back the potentials for me that I trade every single day. So for me personally, when I'm trading the markets, firstly, I have my trading setup that gives me a very high win-loss ratio. Again, first link in the description there, guys. You'll be able to see exactly what that system is, the very first video you get, right? But then I run the scans to help me find the potentials. And so instead of me looking through 1,000 stocks, I only have to look through, what's this one here? This one here, I only have to look through 11 stocks here, right? This one here, I only have to look through, I can't actually see the number there, but it's like 4 or 3, right? And this one here, I only have to look through 3, right? So these are ones that, because I have a high quality setup, instead of me going through, hundreds of stocks, I only have to look through really, most of the time I have to look through these scans to help me find those setups from there. Make sense? So that's basically what I do when it comes to me personally. And the reason why when it comes to my stock market, I only have to do, say, maybe half an hour per day, right? I open up my software, I run my scans, I see what's happening that day. I see if there's any new trades that day, or if I'm in a trade, I have to manage that trade. Okay, but if there's no new trades, then there's no new trades, and so that's what I do when it comes to me personally. I have a very high win-loss ratio. This year I've had close to 30 plus trades, just over 30 trades in total, with all my trades along the futures and forex markets and the stock market, so on and so forth. And I've only had 3 losses this year. Right, that's my win-loss ratio. If you do need help with your trading and you'd actually like to see me trade live every day, run the scans and see what I'm actually doing within the stock market for half an hour every single day, which is the last half an hour, then that second link in the description there, guys, click on that, go fill out the application form, and I'll personally call you to see if you're a good fit. And then you'll be able to log in and get personal coaching from me every day, and you'll be able to see what I'm actually trading every single day. Plus, also, I'll give you access to the Inner Circle program, where you actually get like the manuals and the videos and the checklist and the step-by-step guidance and so on and so forth to help you move from there. So let's actually go now look at the actual gold and silver markets from here, guys. We'll actually start off with the mining sector here. Let's start off with the GDXJ, and a lot of people are starting to get very, 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 very worried about the GDXJ, right? About these mining sector. Oh my goodness, the mining sector is pulling back, and this is where traders, we must understand the flow and the nature of markets itself. Okay, what is this? This is just a pullback right now, for now, right? What is this likely to be? This is now likely to be what? Just a pullback, right? Because look at this here, up and then down and up and then down and away we go again, right? And up again. So if we have a look at that, if we have a look at this really big market, what's happening here? This is just a bit of a, what I call a mock charge, right? A bit of a mock charge happening with this GDXJ. What's happening here? We're getting a bit of a pullback. What's likely to come out of this level through here, right? Is that we're likely to see this actually hold here real soon and start to see a bit of a mock charge coming out of this, which is a very big movement to the upside. So I wouldn't be too worried about the mining sector right now. Now, I am in the mining sector, but it's a buy and hold in investments, right? This is an investment, which means I don't really care what it does today or tomorrow. It's like, oh my goodness, it went down 5%. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Why doesn't it matter for me? Because I know what's coming on the second half of this decade. I just want to make sure I'm part of it right now, because I don't know when the exact bottom is going to be. We could have already made the exact bottom right now in the mining sector, and then as this thing slowly unfolds, let's actually go to the weekly chart. As this slowly unfolds, this 2030 mark here, I see that we could actually get something like this, like a bit of a breakout right here, and then something like that. And then I just see something like that happening, especially 2025 and onwards, right? I see this thing, supersonic boom, right? Supersonic boom. I really see a really big boom out of this level. And so therefore, for me personally, I just want to be in it, right? Because I don't know when the exact bottom, again, we could have started to slowly form the exact bottom now, and over the next few years, again, we do something like that. And we may even go through a bit of a run through, a bit of a breakout to the upside. We may hit resistance up here, get a bit of a pullback through here, right? And then maybe start the bit of a breakout. But guess what? The bottom was what? The bottom was down here. So that's where, for me personally, by the way, guys, that purple line is exactly where my break-even level is for all my accumulation on the GDXJ. So that's my accumulation level. So that's why I'm saying there, guys, like for me personally, when it comes to the mining sector, I don't really care, because I know what's coming on the second half of this decade. And that's where some people say, well, John, why don't I just wait for 2025? Well, obviously, I'm not telling you to get into the mining sector, right? Because I could be wrong. But my cycle analysis and as history repeats itself, I see there's going to be another massive mining boom. And when it happens, guess what? We're going to win a chicken dinner. Right? So, and moving on now through to the GDX as well too. So moving on now through, and the same for the GDX, but the GDX is actually looking really, really strong. But look what's happening with the GDX. This is the weekly chart here. Look at all of this. It's like look like a little chicken, right? Look, little chicken. So look what's happened through here. We've had a move up, move down. There's a lot of lines through here. Let me take that off the screen, right? So this one here, low, high, low. There's just a massive high probability this is going to be another high, low through here, right? Right at that 50% Fibonacci level. And if we go to our level through here, right, you can see how this is that level through there. That's the whole 50 to 60% Fibonacci level. There's a massive probability. Let's go back to the weekly chart now. There's a massive probability that we're going to hold here. Which, by the way, guys, that whole area through there, as you can see, look at this back here. Right? Notice how this 50 to 60% area is what? Is also support. So, now remember, guys, these are weekly bars here, right? So that's like a couple of months worth of action through there and a breakup and support level. So this is probably going to be that through there and then a movement back to the upside. And but so that's that 50% Fibonacci, but low, high, higher low, higher high, and then another higher low. So right now, as we speak, when it comes to the GDX is what? The GDX is just in a nice pullback. It's in a pullback. And a big mistake that a lot of traders make is that when the market's going on an upward trend, all right, let's just say, for example, we have this here, right, and we have an upward trend, right? The market goes up, the market goes down, the market goes up. And so as the market starts to do this, they're like, oh my goodness, the market's crashing, the market's going to go down, the market's going to crash. Right, but what is it? Is it a complete trend change where the market is now in a downward trend, or is it just a pullback? How do you know? You know because look, low, high, low. This could just be a pullback. Market goes up. Oh, market's gonna crash. Market's gonna crash. Market's gonna crash. Right? It's like, and how do you know? How do you know what it's likely to be? Well, we're still making higher lows here, aren't we? Right? And then the market does something like that. Right? Oh, market's gonna crash. Market's gonna crash, and then it does something like that. Right? Now what's happened? Oh, we've actually broken the low. So as long as we're making these higher lows, guess what? The market's in an upward trend, and until we actually stop making these higher lows, the market will stay in an upward trend. But as soon as we break this low, that's when you possibly start to see it start to do something like this, where it reverses back up, right? And then we start to get a movement back down from there. Make sense? So what we're speaking about right now is, guess what? This is now just in a very strong bull market. This is just a pullback, and it's a nice healthy pullback because we actually went, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks to the upside, and now we're having a little bit of a pullback, getting ready to have a bit of a mock charge, and away we go again. And so if I go look at silver as well too, let's look at the silver market here. Silver's doing the exact same thing, right? Very, 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 very simple. Silver's actually, there's a lot of things happening with silver here. Firstly is that we have this level through here, which is that's a support level through there, coming all through there. We also have this major level of support around the $22 level, right? And then what do we also have? We also have up, down, higher low, higher high. There's probably, even if we got a little bit more of a pullback through here, there's probably going to be a higher low before away we go again, right? So this is just probably a bit of a short-term little pullback in gold and silver, because is it a pullback or is it a complete change of trend? Right now, it's what? It's just a pullback. Now, yes, it can morph into something else, but right now, that's what we're seeing. And then if we bring on our good old Fibonacci levels from that low to high point, look where the Fibonacci level is. That 50 to 60% level is right there. So there's literally 3 major areas, Fibonacci levels, and then 2 major areas of support to support this, to see this thing start to make a move to the upside. Move over now through to gold market. And the gold market, what we're looking at here is see what I'm saying through here, right? Like, see how we can just really remove the confusion out of these markets. What is this? And so, yes, we can look at the daily charts, right? But see what I'm doing here right now? I'm going to the weekly charts to get a really good, a much more simplified version, much more clearer version of what's really going on right now. And what is going on right now, right? We're doing what? We're doing up, down, higher, low, up, and now we're getting a pullback through here, right? And we've got this very long-term trend line coming through here somewhere. So that long-term trend line is possibly going to be right through there, right? Somewhere through there. So somewhere that through there. So we may get a bit of a pullback through here, but guess what? We're in an upward trend. The market is just pulling back right now. This is not a complete change of trend. We've got this support level through here, nice big bull market, and the Fibonacci levels are guess where, right? We're actually almost at the 50% Fibonacci level. If we go back to a daily chart now, that's where we're at right now. So Right now, when it comes to gold, guess what's happening? Gold is just what? In a nice, very, very nice, healthy pullback from here. We're probably likely to hold from here and likely to pull back because once again, as you can see, that the overall movement is just pullbacks, right? And this is when, once again, up, and then look what happened. We pulled back for a month, didn't we? We actually had a very nice movement, and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5 weeks of a nice pullback, and then went for another run again. And now guess what's happening? We're getting now another bit of a pullback, and then we'll probably then start to have a bit of a mock charge. But that's what I'm seeing through there when it comes to the gold market there, guys. I do my investments, right? And again, that second link in the description there, guys. Click on that and go fill out the application form to join me to trade live every day, plus also to get access to some private coaching. But when it comes to my long-term investments about what I'm doing, I also share that with you within that room as well too. So that if you want private coaching, guys, and you need some really help this year, if you're struggling this year and you really are sucking this year and you're not doing really well, I'm having a phenomenal year. Last week, I'm coming off the back of 2 small profits and then 1 profit I made on the futures market, which gave me a 3 to 4, maybe even a bit more, 100%, 3 to 400% return on my risk in the markets, right? So if I was risking $10,000, it's a $30,000 to $40,000 profit on that one trade. So for me personally, guys, I'm having a massive, massive, massive successful year this year. If you do need some help, then that second link in the description there, guys. Click on that, fill out the application form, and I'll be happy to help you out. Hey traders, I want to give you free access to my Mastering the Markets trading course. If you go to johnsfreegift.com, here's what you're going to learn in there. You're going to learn the #1 chart reading and trading technique that's been working since the 1950s. You're going to learn the trading boundaries technique that shows you the best and worst time to place a trade. You're going to learn also about price and time phases so you can understand what's going on right now and also what's to come as well too. My #1 powerful short-term income trading system that gets a 90% success rate, the most powerful trading techniques on the planet, the biggest trading mistakes that's stopping you from making an income. You're going to learn all about the super trader formula, plus the 3 secrets to making a full-time income from trading. So this is what I want you to do right now. Go to johnsfreegift.com. Go there right now. Get free access to this trading course. Go get the help. It's 100% free. Go there right now. Go to johnsfreegift.com right now.